Okay, so some of you might be suffering from stiff shoulders, stiff upper back, maybe even some tightness in your neck. And a halo is a great exercise to help loosen all those things up, help the way you move, and help the way you feel. And so I have a kettlebell, but you can be using a dumbbell, or even you can use a stick, you can hold a small medicine ball. It doesn't really matter what it is, but a little bit of weight is actually going to help get you a little bit more mobility and flexibility in this drill. Another note about the positioning, I prefer to have you do it in a kneeling or half kneeling position. So we're here with tall kneeling or half kneeling versus standing, because when we stand, we have the ability to cheat a little bit more with our legs as far as getting into a good position back here as we move the weight around. And so what this is going to do is, as we have our arms behind our head, we're going to be stretching out our lats and our triceps, and we're going to be taking our arms through internal and external rotation. So this might be something that people who have rotator cuff issues, bicep issues, and even labral issues might get some benefit from. Obviously, pain is your guide with this, just like everything else. So I've got a little weight here, I got a little kettlebell, and we're just going to flip it. For the sake of this exercise with a kettlebell, bottoms up. But if you have a dumbbell, you can just hold it by the end caps. And what I'm going to do is just bring that weight all the way around my head, making room for my head in the crux of my arm there, all the way around, and then back down to where I started. And then I'm going to go the opposite direction. You'll see that I'm taking my arm into a nice little stretch, tricep stretch, lat stretch, as I come around. Now, a secondary benefit of this exercise is actually the trunk stability that you need to perform it properly. So if I'm just putting my arms back and my ribs are just flaring up and I'm just moving around, I'm not going to be getting as much benefit or mobility through my thoracic spine or my shoulders. So what I want to do is I want to focus on being braced, really stiff through the trunk and my glutes while I do this, to prevent any of that accessory movement, so all of it's occurring in my shoulders and my upper back. So once again, I'll show you a couple from the front, show you a couple from the side, and then I'll make some final notes here. So I'm stiff through my trunk, stiff through my glutes, around the head, keeping the weight off of my head. And as you can see, that weight helps kind of get me into a little bit more flexed position in my elbows, getting me a little bit more stretch in my triceps, helps pull my arms into position so I get a better stretch in my lats. So there's 3 from the front. From the side, you'll see I'm stiff in my glutes, stiff in my trunk. And those are kettlebell halos. Now, to get maybe a little bit more out of this drill, you might want to start off with a lat and tricep stretch. I actually prefer doing this one in half kneeling because sometimes you can get a hip flexor stretch with this as well. So elbows up, turning to the side. So you might want to start with one of those on each side for about 60 seconds and then finish it off with some dead bugs, and I'll include the video after this one. So those are kettlebell halos, but really the exercise is a halo, and you're going to get improved shoulder mobility, improved thoracic spine mobility, and maybe even reduce the tension in your neck, chest, and upper back.